Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Exordia Creative Podcast. This is episode 48, almost 50. I'm Jared Lund.
I'm Quentin Solomon.
And yeah, this is my intro now. Just jacked it.
Welcome. How's it going?
You got a haircut. I'm doing good, by the way. I like your haircut.
Guys, we had a big giggle fest on the last episode.
It's looking fresh. Yeah, we got into a little tunnel of inside jokes. And
we completely lost on the last like 10-15 minutes of the last podcast was basically us just hysterically laughing. Yeah. But yes, I did get a haircut. Here's the thing, man, and my wife thinks I'm being a little dramatic about it.
Yeah.
But I want this haircut to signify a new Quentin.
That's one way to do it.
Kind of like a Britney moment.
But you keep a little bit of the old Quentin.
A little bit of the old Quentin.
I like it.
Anyway, it's kind of exaggerated saying like the new Quentin and stuff, but I really want to turn a new leaf, so I thought I'd chop it off.
So when did you cut your hair?
Yesterday.
I like it, by the way.
All of my friends were like, "You're not gonna do it, like bullshit. Like you're gonna bick it." I'm like, "I'm freaking serious."
Now here's the thing: you have said it before. I was like, I couldn't. There's no way I could see you going completely bald.
I wouldn't bick it. My hair's too nice. If I was going bald, I would bick it.
Yeah.
But I have really, really nice hair.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to have a shaved head for the next little while. I do want to get it professionally buzzed when that's a possibility. Right. Like I would love for Pedro to like line it up real nice and do all the good shit.
You could learn maybe.
Maybe I could learn. But anyway, I had my mother-in-law cut my hair.
Shout out.
She's not going to listen to this, so I appreciate it so much. But she botched my ears. Like if you're watching the podcast, you can kind of see. Like
I didn't notice when you.
She's like, oh, you got to do it like this. Like this, is how you do it. I'm like, that's not how you do it.
You're like a middle-aged woman. What do you know about buzz cuts?
So anyway, I'm rocking a buzz cut.
So when did you get it cut?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Fresh cut.
So let's say today's day 1, maybe day 2.
Yeah.
What's the new leaf about? What inspired this?
I don't know.
What are your goals?
I don't know.
What's the deal?
Number one,
spring.
If you guys notice, I don't actually like wearing a hat. The problem with the hairstyle that I had before was that I always had to do it, and the margin for when I can do my hair versus when it grows back too quickly in order for it to look good when it's styled is so razor thin.
Yeah. My
hair grows back within a week or two. Yeah. So, and I don't want to have to go to the barbershop every week to go get it done. Like that's just not my thing. I don't really care.
Yeah.
So this is super low maintenance, and this is kind of like, this is how I'm going to keep it for now.
So you don't like wearing hats?
I don't like wearing hats. No, like I don't. I like wearing them when I'm running or when I'm working out. I like wearing hats then.
Yeah.
But overall, no, like I don't like wearing hats.
You just wear it because you don't feel as fresh if you're like a couple weeks from your haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
That's fair.
So I either want to keep doing the buzz or I really like growing out my hair.
You are going to have to buzz it a lot though.
I am going to have to, but that's so much quicker.
True. And if you learn how to do it.
And if I learn how to do it. Yeah. So I'll take notes from Pedro when I'm back in there. But no, I just want to, I don't know. Just want to change things up.
Yeah. I feel that.
Get really serious. I don't know.
I like not having to cut my hair as much too.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you have the option now.
No. And I might grow it out again. I grew it out a few years ago, but we'll see. This is where I'm at for now. So buzz cut 10.
Yeah, it is annoying keeping up with like every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah. And like I get some people like that, but to go sit in a chair for 40 minutes every 2 weeks, I don't care that much.
Yeah. I like it. I don't like making the time on my schedule for it.
No.
I used to do it every 2 weeks. And then when I started growing my hair long, my stylist is like, yeah, you can come every 6. I'm like, done. That's amazing.
That's nice.
Or longer, depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. New leaf. I like it. I think it looks good. Everybody's doing the short sides, a little bit more on the top.
New leaf e-cigarettes.
Is that a thing?
So back in the day.
No, it was e-leaf.
No, it was new leaf.
Oh.
Almost like new life. Back in the day when I was quitting and I started vaping, that was my first e-cig, was a new leaf. It's like 2017.
Man, vaping technology is expanding so fast right now.
Yeah.
And like the jury's still not out. I don't know long term if it's going to be better than smoking or if there's some secret chemical in it that we don't know the long term ramifications of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people looking at things like that and what the long term effects of things are.
Yeah, man, that's, one of many. Exactly. Speaking of more timely stuff that you inject through non-vape means.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being alive in like the heyday of the tobacco industry? and all the lies and complete propaganda that was being marketed by those
It's
companies
wild.
in like the 60s.
Like the cigarette
The
a day.
doctor recommended cigarette.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder where like the best executives for those companies moved.
And like, yo,
on
shit
to.
like that's not changing. Like, they're still lying about shit. Like, this
For
is
sure.
not, like, you know what I mean? People used to lie back
But
in the
like,
day.
when they were doing it successfully, though.
Yeah.
Like the tobacco industry specifically, now they pretty much have to like bend the knee to Health Canada or whatever government organization.
Sure, but there's a new cigarette out there.
What do you mean?
Like, look at, for example, opioids.
Sure.
Huge problem.
Yep, 100%.
And doctors just get paid out the ass to prescribe that stuff.
Yeah.
And people are like, anyway.
Yeah. But even that stuff, it's marketed a little bit on TV.
Especially in the U.S. Not so much in Canada.
Right.
Our prescription drug advertising and stuff is a lot less than in the U.S.
Yeah.
The U.S., if you watch U.S. television, it's like all the time.
Yeah, those
Possible
ads.
side effects.
I
Diarrhea,
know, and you're
vomiting.
seeing some person like skating with their children, and it's like possible side effects include death. See if it's right for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder where like the top guys in that industry, like the top tobacco lobbyists, where they moved on to.
Who knows?
They're probably like lobbying for politicians, working for huge companies, probably getting scooped up by McDonald's, places like that.
Yeah. It's a disaster.
You know, like at least now we have the warnings. I think Health Canada actually does a really good job in like out of sight, making tobacco out of sight, out of mind.
But it's so backwards still, though, dude.
What do you mean?
Because, like, people are still going to smoke. They're still going to vape. They're still going to do whatever, whether they see it or they don't see it, because they see it anyway. Just because you walk into a store and you don't see a pack of Canadian Classic Blues doesn't mean that they're like, for example, I think one of the reasons why I probably started was because I saw my parents smoking when I was younger. I'm sure that had an effect on it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you go into high school and there's like the smoking pit and stuff, and like some of your friends maybe start smoking. You're like, oh, you know.
But I bet you, dude, that even the time that we were in high school versus today, there's probably so many less people smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, but the vaping is a problem.
True. Yeah.
Middle schoolers, dude.
I remember when
Middle schoolers.
when the Juul vapes were a big thing. That was like a pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't hear about it as much now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if maybe there's just no room in the news cycle for anything non-COVID related.
I don't know.
Or if that's still a big thing. But I remember, there was like this thing of kids were having like vape parties in the bathrooms, and like 10-year-old kids were getting their hands on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. What I want to know is, when are we going to say, okay, here's the cutoff. If you're born in 2020 or later, we're never going to sell you cigarettes. At any
That's
point
the problem.
in your life.
They will never not do that because of the amount of money that they make.
Well, some countries are.
And then they
doing
also
it.
save money because you're smoking, the odds of you dying younger and stuff. But then they also spend more on healthcare. So it's like this weird thing. But they're never going to stop.
Yeah.
Alcohol is a different thing, but it's also the same thing.
I don't know.
Like, actually, not all
So
addiction is
if you're a
created equal,
Canadian,
but
here's a hypothetical for you. What do you think about this? If you're a Canadian, let's say you started smoking in your teens and you smoked until your 60s or 70s when you just couldn't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The health conditions were getting too serious. Do you think, and because the government puts all these big heavy tariffs on the tobacco companies to basically take a share of their profit, do you think that the profit that, like, let's say a 70-year-old man generated in his life of smoking is outweighed by his burden to the healthcare system? Do you think it's net positive or net negative, his impact on the government's account, purely financially? Because he might make a couple $100,000 in his life and then spend a couple $100,000 on the way out. I don't know.
I think that the government probably loses money. Maybe. Where's he getting his cigarettes? Right? Like, I don't know.
Would they be selling something that we know is bad for you if it wasn't for profit? Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know.
Oh, we're going down another loophole here.
There's so many variables.
Little rabbit
involved
hole.
in there. Yeah.
There's a lot of variables. But either way,
I just think about that. I remember in elementary school, you'd see the anti-smoking rhetoric, and there was this one like chart. They'd take you to like an assembly somewhere. You'd go to some exhibit or something where you'd talk to cops and learn about Anything bad, pretty much. It's like the bad exhibit.
Yeah.
You know, where you
I
go in
know.
and they show you drugs.
They
This is
show
what
you
cocaine looks like.
Yeah, dude.
Just so you know.
On like a board.
Yeah,
They
and
had
you're like,
a
I'm
board.
11. And they're like, this is it.
VIP was what it was
Shit
called.
you've never seen before.
Values, influences, and peers.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's like the DARE program.
Yeah.
I wonder if they still do that.
The VIP stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember learning much.
Yeah.
A little bit of like sex education, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's this thing where it's like, if you smoke 3 packs a day for 40 years, you could have bought a helicopter, and all these like outlandish rewards that are supposed to make you think, oh, I'd rather have the chopper. Smoke all life.
I bet you chopper sales are down, probably.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're dangerous.
I wonder how like helicopters and drones are going to converge
I don't know.
in the future.
I'm putting in work on our drone, though. I'm getting really good at it.
And it's so capable, and it's so tiny.
Yeah.
And they're only getting smaller. They're only getting better. You see those like $20 Alibaba drones. You know, they're not great.
No.
They don't fly perfectly, but the fact that you can get a drone device.
I was
at
really
that
impressed
cost?
at the fact that we could get a drone under $1,000 that has the capability that it has.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. It's really cool. And people love drone videos, man. I could make like a whatever video, like what, but if it has drone
Get a
clips
drone
in
shot?
it, people would be like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't look at that."
Yeah, seriously.
You know, people get so hyped. It's funny.
When do you think drones first made it into the mainstream? Like 8 years ago, something like that?
No, not mainstream.
Or I don't know how you classify mainstream, but like
2015.
if you're a hobbyist, you can have fun.
6 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's when like the DJIs first took off.
Yeah, now they release a new drone like every week.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The new FPV drones look really cool. First person view drones.
Right.
They're really fast.
Yeah.
And they can maneuver very quickly.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to be at a point where everybody has a drone in their content arsenal.
Most people do. And even if they don't, they get somebody that has their drone license or has.
Most people don't have a drone.
You don't think so?
I'm very confident most people do not own
Drones. Oh, you're saying like personal, like average Joe.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
okay. I thought you meant like content creators.
Like I'm saying now everybody has a 1080 camera in their pocket. By everybody, I mean most of the, privileged population.
Yeah.
But like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas I see drones as more of like kind of like a GoPro kind of thing where if you're a professional, you're going to use it. If you're a hobbyist, you might buy one for fun. Mm-hmm. But it's not like you have one in your pocket at all times.
I think that the evolution of that would be like
Crowdsource.
You would take your phone and you would put it onto your drone.
Yeah.
And that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Maybe you just have like a quadcopter
Yeah.
that can like.
Or maybe it's like a drone sharing service.
But then there's the issue of Canada's laws are whack.
Yeah.
Right. So I have a drone that's under 250 grams, which is why I can fly it without restriction, without a license, without that kind of stuff.
Right.
So when you throw that into the mix, that just inhibits people from even going to get drones.
Yeah.
So maybe not in Canada, but I don't know.
Yeah, and that was recently passed, wasn't it?
A couple years
Those
ago.
new rules.
A couple years ago.
It was kind of like the Wild West when they first came out.
Yeah.
And you could fly them anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you ever see in the future like a drone sharing service where if you need a drone to like deliver a parcel across town or something,
That'd be cool.
you can just rent one
That'd be cool.
as opposed to owning one?
That'd be a cool business.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think I was going a little too extreme. I don't think everybody's going to have one, especially not in their pocket.
No.
But like
Commercial industrial use drones, that'd be cool.
Not long ago, nobody had a camera in their pocket.
And imagine
everybody can
imagine
create
if it was
content.
like strong enough to go pick up a piece of plywood at Home Depot and then bring it to your house.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. We're gonna get you a pack of cigarettes.
Well, go talk to the team down at Amazon. I'm sure they'll have some
They're
cool
they're
stuff to
figuring
show
it
you.
out. They're figuring it out.
Yeah. They got an earnings report coming out this week.
Yeah.
Big week. All the tech companies are giving their earnings reports.
So let's talk about the Apple. Let's talk about the Apple event.
Yeah, for sure.
AirTags.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I like them. I heard about this rumor like years ago.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like why didn't they do it sooner? That makes a lot of sense.
For sure. I don't know the specific differences between the Tile, which is like the non-Apple competitor, and AirTags. Are they called?
So yeah, I looked into it a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you have an iPhone 11 or newer, the AirTags have a little more functionality.
Okay.
And basically, you know how you have the Find My app on your phone?
Yeah.
It works within that app. And so what's cool if you have the iPhone 11 or later is that if you try to find it or whatever, it will give you directions on your phone as long as you're within a certain amount of distance. So it'll be like 3 feet to the left, 4 feet this way, whatever, which is pretty cool. And then I guess it's a little bit louder. I think it's around the same amount of functionality, but you get that iPhone ecosystem thing because you can walk around and find it.
That's cool.
So that's cool.
Where would you put them? I mean, the obvious
My
one
keys.
is like your keys for sure.
Probably just my keys.
Yeah.
My wallet's not big enough to put like a thing in it. I have like 5 tile things in the gear closet there.
Really?
They're the tag ones that you stick to shit.
So your dog is tracked. Can you only see in emergency situations?
Vets can only see it.
Oh, okay. Would you ever consider putting one on Stella?
No.
No need to, or
No, she won't. I don't think she'll dip.
yeah, fair enough. Maybe
No.
convenient though.
That'd be interesting.
One thing I heard
people
that's
putting
really
it on
cool
their dogs.
is they have like tracking prevention or like unscrupulous uses where if you're trying to like let's say you slip one in somebody's pocket to try to tag them or something, if that person has an iPhone, and here's the caveat, only if they have an iPhone, I think, it'll say somebody else's AirTag has been near you for a long time. There's a potential you may be being followed right now, which is kind of cool. But I also think of like, I wondered how it knows that, because if you're in the car with somebody, for example,
Yeah.
you know, if we're riding in the car together, my phone could think that your tag is following me even though we're together.
That's weird.
Maybe if your phone is, maybe if both of our phones are there, then it doesn't assume tracking.
Maybe you have to turn that on.
But if I go off on my own with your tag in my pocket or something, it would let me know. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else came out? The new iMacs.
Yep.
With the M chips.
People are pretty divided on the looks of them.
On the look of it, yeah. What do you think? I think it's cool.
I think it's kind of cool. I like that they brought back like not the old style, but like the different colorways.
Yeah.
Because those were really cool.
Yeah, I think the colors are super on brand for Apple. I like it.
Yeah.
Like the color palette's not for me. Like they're a little bit like more feminine or more younger, but they're cool. I know a lot of people are gonna like them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think like you said, it would make a good family computer or something like that.
They'll eventually put it like a space gray one, hopefully.
Yeah, like it.
I love the space gray colorway.
It's cool.
I do. Celine, which one do you have?
I
Is
think
it
it's
silver?
over there?
Do you have the
Or
silver?
laptop.
Do you
Yeah,
have the
it's
silver one?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like both of those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, like a bright purple. Any device really isn't for me.
No.
But you know, for young people, like it's funny because, the day of the event, we were here in the office and I was looking it up on like YouTube, and all the people were commenting like these are way too ugly, they're way too playful, they look like toys, and I saw it on Instagram like maybe 5 days after, and everybody was in love with it. They're like, wow, Apple knows how to take our money. Like I want every color. And it's this interesting thing where like on Instagram, you're just getting the general population who sees it on the Explore page. And for an average person, like for a high school or college student, amazing. Or somebody who wants a family computer, amazing. But if you're watching a tech review on YouTube, you're already a specific type of person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're an outlier. So you're not going to like the mainstream. Like the computer's too small and not powerful enough for professional use. We're not the customer. Somebody who's watching YouTube videos about computer specs, it's not for you.
No.
Yeah, no. They're gonna make one for you later, and it's gonna be more expensive and more powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're cool.
I've heard good things about the Mac Mini, man, with the M1s.
The Mac Mini, right?
I've heard good things.
Yeah. This to me, the most interesting thing is like the impact this has on the industry and what it's doing to Intel. Because
think about it.
Yeah. Apple used to be in a tight-knit relationship with Intel for years, and that's just starting to unfold. Like, what was the first, actually, maybe like 6 years ago, they released these old MacBooks with the M chips, and they were new, and people didn't know what to think of them, and they were a lot less powerful, and they were more similar to like a chip you'd find in an iPad or a computer. And fast forward to now, they release the MacBook Pro, which is supposed to be a professional machine with the chip. And then they put it in the iPad Pro as well, another professional machine, and they put it in the iMac. So I wonder maybe next release event, are they going to do, like you said, pro devices with M chips?
I hope so.
Because that seems to be the trend, right?
Yeah. Well,
remember those
Celine has a
Macs?
MacBook 13-inch MacBook Pro with the M chip.
Yeah. That's a device designed for professionals.
Yeah, but yeah. Hopefully they do.
I could see it working its way up because we look at where it started. It started in those like really thin, colorful, not very functional.
That's true. I
but
forgot
good
about
enough.
that. The MacBooks, like just the
MacBooks.
regular MacBooks.
Yeah.
That's true. And they beefed it up for the new ones though, right? Like it's a beefed up chip.
It's not the same
It's
chip.
not the same chip.
Same architecture though.
Yeah.
But the whole point is back then it was like the not so good laptop, so it was whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's like Apple's like, hey, we're switching our entire supply chain to be completely independent. And apparently Intel's PR team is just releasing slander about the new ARM chips and how bad they are. It's crazy. Whereas if you look at the specs and the battery economy, it's way better.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen to that business long term.
Intel?
Yeah, because now they're using all ARM architecture.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they've got other ventures. And
They have other ventures, but I'm
You
sure
know,
Apple was a big piece
they've got
of
a
their,
booming processor business, but Apple's not slowing down.
Yeah, I'm sure Apple was a big
God,
customer.
we complain when we lose a client. Could you imagine losing Apple? Oh my God. That would just crush your whole business.
Yeah, that sucks.
Entire businesses are built and destroyed around Apple every day.
Yeah.
That's wild. But yeah, Apple's reporting earnings this week. That should be an interesting one. Amazon, Facebook, Alphabet. I wonder what Facebook's up to right now.
I don't know.
You ready for
my
Clubhouse
parents have
on
a
Facebook?
yeah, I saw that. My parents have an Oculus though.
Oh, really?
It's pretty Jace watching them play with it.
Who got them that?
My dad bought it.
No way.
He's like, I want to get a VR headset.
Now, okay, let me rephrase my question from earlier when I said, do you think everybody's going to have a drone in their pocket? How long until everybody has at least some form of augmented reality?
We kind of already do with our
do.
phones.
We already do.
We kind of already do with our
Okay,
phones.
dedicated hardware. Eyeglasses or something like that.
I don't know how many people have this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I
How
don't
long until the glasses?
like I'm
are
shocked
as-
that my dad has
that is a
has
little
goggles,
shocking.
bro.
But I don't know. It's cool that he thinks it's cool.
Yeah, he thinks it's
How
cool.
about
He's got
this?
like 2 games.
When do you think
You can make a
glasses-
Facebook status on it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so unnecessary. You can tweet from anything.
I
You
used
can
to
tweet.
I used to tweet from my LG Kibo 2.
You'd text it.
I'd text it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I
that.
remember it was kind of funny, kind of weird also. I remember I was like, okay, I'm going to start tweeting once a day. I would send out one thoughtful tweet.
That's such a Quentin thing. You can practice your consistency.
Oh, it's a daily struggle. Okay, continue.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Okay. This question: how long do you give it your best estimate before wearing VR glasses is as ubiquitous as wearing an Apple Watch? So not everybody has them, but a heck of a lot of people have them.
10 years.
Like a significant minority of the population has it.
10 years.
10 years? Yeah,
They're just too clunky right now, man.
that's cool.
You're not walking down the street with my dad's Oculus.
I know. But you do it through, like, have you ever used Google Maps AR when
Yes.
you're walking around trying
Yeah.
to find a location?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's good.
You know, like
It's good.
how you can see the store descriptions when you look at the stores and stuff.
Do you think if Google or Apple was to release some glasses right now that they would go over well?
It would depend how they look. I think it would entirely depend how they look.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you can get people to like how they feel and like how they look, then I think the product doesn't even have to be that good.
You know what one of the have you ever seen those Bose glasses that have speakers in them?
Oh, I don't like those.
So ugly.
Or what about that little like Bose snake pretty much that just hangs around your neck?
What?
Have you seen that?
No.
Do you know like those toy wooden snakes?
Yes.
That rattle? It's basically like you have one of those around your neck, just draped over. Like how DJs would wear their headphones.
And people pay hundreds of dollars for
and
that.
it blasts out music. Yeah, seriously.
Oh.
I don't know.
Are the AirPods probably one of Apple's most successful products?
Anecdotally, I'd say so.
Probably, yeah. Well, because of the iPhone and yeah,
I mean, we know what number one is.
best accessory for sure.
Yeah. We know what the number one product is, but honestly, the way things are going, shout out to the iPad. That might take number two
Yeah.
if things keep going in this way, because we see the same chip
I see a lot of them in the flesh, man.
Yes.
I see a lot more iPads in the flesh.
A lot of people
a lot
have
of the
one.
pros.
you see kids want them.
Yep.
Students want them. Even you and I who don't really need them think they're cool. Parents like them. People who don't want to have a full computer like them.
Yeah.
Like, my mom likes hers because she doesn't have to turn on like a clunkier computer, go to the computer room.
Yeah, she can just roll around with it. Does she have the keyboard set up?
No.
No, she's just iPad, straight iPad.
But I guess if she wanted to get more out of the device, she could do that. And then
I tried to get my parents to get an iPad instead of buying their iMac.
Oh yeah.
But they like going and like sitting in the office and.
Yeah, that's true. Depends what your use case is, I guess.
Yeah.
And your phone can do a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, just the fact that now the desktop Mac and the MacBook Pro and the iPad are all using the same chipset, that just shows like, the direction the company's trying to push you in.
Yeah.
Convergence of software, convergence of hardware.
Yeah.
And what I think would be really cool would be like getting Logic on an iPad or getting Final Cut Pro on an iPad.
Honestly, like I still wouldn't completely switch. I would maybe do like.
We're getting so close.
I would see. I still want a laptop though.
Yeah, me too. But like every generation, it's a more like plausible laptop replacement.
And there are people that do work exclusively on Luma Fusion or Luma something or whatever on the iPad, and they do all their video editing, and it seems to keep up just fine.
Those companies make graphic design, video editing, animation,
but
anything. If you want the Adobe suite, I'm sure they're working on it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they do have a lot of mobile apps.
Lightroom is great on the iPad.
Yeah. Or like now, there's support for a full keyboard and a full mouse.
I wonder if I could justify it to myself to just edit photos on iPad and the rest of the heavy computing on a computer.
Yeah. I mean, I think realistically you could. It's just what's going to be the easiest.
Well, I'm a little, but I feel like it would be cool to edit with the pen and like do the stuff with the pen.
That's true.
Give your hands a break from like just do the pen. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
See what the budget looks like for the year.
I'm sure the software is really good at doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's definitely more realistic for the average person now to just not have
than ever before.
Or not have a computer.
Yeah.
Like if you do emails and Netflix, forget about it.
Yeah.
You can get by on a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's cool because I wonder, what the next step is when the iPad keeps getting like the MacBook keeps getting like the iPad.
They're just going to come up with one mega product.
What's the final frontier?
That's like detachable. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I like the idea of
maybe the glasses is the thing, man.
Maybe.
You do everything from these glasses. And they're just like powered by the iPad or powered by the computer through some sort of signal. You know what I don't know.
I always thought was cool that I found on like a Kickstarter website back in the day. It was this computer that uses your phone's processor and your phone's internals to run. Mm-hmm. So it's basically just like a shell of a laptop with no chip. It just has like a power feed and I don't even know if it had an Ethernet, but it basically just uses your phone's internals. You plug your phone in like an external computer. Yep. And then the laptop turns on.
Cool.
And I always thought, like, wouldn't it be cool if you just had one computing device? Maybe it's your phone, maybe it's whatever. And if you connect it to your screen at work, that's your computer. Or if you connect it to a smaller screen, then that's your computer. Or something like that. Just one computer that's yours for everything that you could...
Is there not a phone out that does that? There's definitely a phone that you can plug into a desktop that then turns into a computer. I don't know. It's a Windows or something though. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was...
But no, I agree. That'd be really cool.
Like, I don't know. It depends on what your use case is, but maybe you make one purchase and you figure out how much processing power you need and what kind of storage you need, and then you just use that for everything. Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be really cool.
Probably make for like a really big phone in your pocket.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. But yeah, as portable as you want it to be, or if you don't need it, doesn't matter. That's cool. Yeah, I wonder what comes next.
I don't know.
I guess it's probably something like an iPad with a keyboard.
Could I hook up an iPad to my monitor?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, for me, the biggest reason I wouldn't want a tablet is because I love interfacing with a mouse. Like, I'm just old school like that. Touch is great. I have to have a mouse. Yeah. At least I think I do. I've convinced myself I need to. Yeah. But now you can do that with an iPad.
You can attach a mouse to an iPad.
Yeah. So you can attach a mouse and a keyboard, and you can plug it into an external monitor Or you could even sidecar it with your laptop, so
Yeah.
it becomes a secondary display for your laptop. So you can use it as a primary or a secondary display. It's
All
mostly just software limit. Like, the hardware is beautiful. It's just software limitations. It's getting better, though. Like, now there's full desktop support for internet,
How do they hold their value? Pretty good.
which is cool. I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, everybody likes Apple stuff. I think Apple, as a whole, probably is pretty good.
No, you're right. They do.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting pretty deep into tech specs,
We are.
but that's the kind of stuff we like.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, let's see if this earnings call reflects some of the sentiment of the new stuff. Even though I was telling you last week, it feels like it almost never does with Apple.
Yeah.
However, Tesla's got an earnings call in about 1 hour, and that's going to be a big one.
Find out next week to see how they did, guys. Thank you for
Mhm.
tuning into this week's episode of the podcast. We will see you next week. Bye.
Cheers.